Welcome back, everyone. So, if you've watched any Walking Dead or sci-fi movies, you've probably heard of FEMA, the Federal Emergency...
Oh, you almost had it too. And I don't know this, by the way.
FEMA, anyway.
Yeah.
They're an organization that help out in emergency situations all over the United States.
Medical?
Maybe medical...
Association?
Yeah, maybe. It's in the article. You can correct us. So they're called in to help in emergency situations. So in case of emergency in Alaska, everybody in Alaska has to be able to read the emergency information, right? So they need it translating into even the minor languages spoken by very small tribes of Inuit peoples. So a US-based translation company was recruited to do this work, and the brochures that they produced in the various Inuit languages was sent out. However, it turned out that these translations, some of them weren't even real translations. Someone had just sort of collected together random sentences in said language and filled in the brochure with gibberish, nonsensical garbage. Some of the brochures weren't even produced in the right type of Inuit languages because there are multiple. So it was pretty offensive, and quite rightly so. I think many of the Inuit peoples were upset about this. Of course, they did apologize and, retranslate everything and reissue the brochures, but I think the damage was already done.
Yeah.
They weren't very careful.
I just don't know what the company, whichever company did it, was thinking what would happen. Like, of course, you're going to get found out because someone's going to find out. This is the age of internet. Like, you can't hide things like this anymore. Well, you can try, but someday it'll come out. So yeah, I don't know what they were even trying to get at.
Yeah. And it's so obvious who did it, whose fault it is as well. You can't even blame it on somebody else.
Yeah, a bit weird.
Anyway, so this is a particularly bizarre example, but I'm sure you're very familiar with issues of translation. I mean, if you're watching this video, you can speak 2 languages, so you can be aware of mistakes in translation in movies, TV shows, on Netflix, or even in documents and shop names and titles and so on. They're the ones I noticed.
Yeah.
So why don't you start off? Can you think of any amusing or interesting examples of mistranslation you've come across?
One of the ones that I saw while I was watching the American The Office, I don't know if this is still true for today, but while I was watching it a few years ago, I had to watch it and it automatically had Korean translations from the website I was watching it from. And one of the translations just said American joke.
That's so good.
Okay. Yeah.
Not really a mistranslation, a lazy translation.
Yeah, just like, oh, okay. Just an American joke. Move on.
Moving on.
I like that a lot. So that was from English to Korean in this case. And then another one, I believe it was Jimmy Carter, went to Japan, obviously a long time ago. And while he was telling one of his funny stories, the translator famously said, he made a really funny joke, now everyone laugh. Again, I wouldn't call it lazy because maybe at the time the humor doesn't quite transfer and it would have fallen dead. So he probably, from what I remember, he translated most of it and then at the end he was like, and that's the end of the joke, we should all laugh now, type of thing.
Yes.
So
Even
I
if
think,
you don't get it,
please laugh. Which was quite funny in that way. Yeah.
Oh, those are some good examples. I like the fun ones.
Yeah. You said you had some like maybe store titles or something.
Yes. I guess though, are they mistranslations or are they just odd uses of the English language? I'm not sure what the thinking was behind the subtitles, but I was walking past one. It was a bakery, very tiny little bakery, not that far behind my house. There's a very small little area. And in a very sort of rough sign above the bakery, it was just White Power Bakery. And I thought, maybe because bread is often white, but I feel like they don't know what that phrase actually means. My friend took a photo of it because it was so awesome. But again, you know, if they just checked with the translation, it might have popped up as being a slightly inappropriate phrase. But anyway.
I bet if you just put that into Papago, it would just come out as like a powerful white thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think it would come out as what it is, which is, of course, that people who are white color are more powerful than others. And we should celebrate and even encourage that. Of course, that is a terrible idea. And yeah, it does not compute. That is insane.
That is kind of hilarious, isn't it?
It's ding ding. Excuse me.
I should have said something. Yes, you want to protect them, but I was too shy.
What do you say? Like, hey, your sign's racist. I don't know what to say. Like, you got to change it. Please.
It looked kind of like an old sign as well. It obviously wasn't brand new painted, so no one said anything. But anyway.
Just take pictures and move on.
Do you think that most movie and TV subtitles capture the script's original meaning well? Because I think you've got a better understanding of Korean than I do. You're probably better at spotting the subtleties. Yeah. Is it being translated well?
I actually have fun doing this as much as I can. While watching any movie or TV show, if there's subtitles, my eyes just get automatically drawn to them. And so I'm doing it, I'll read the Korean and be like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. And I think people were getting better at translation. And then there's something that clicked or flipped in the world where they're trying to get as much out as cheap as possible. And this is not just true for translations. This is true for TV shows that are being made. Looking at you, Marvel. These are for, they're multi-billion-dollar projects with the worst CG you've ever seen suddenly, where, things in the 2010s were so much better. And then you have just games that are being released these days, broken, completely broken, multi-million-dollar games, broken, unplayable. And it's just all about that. And I've seen subtitles fall through that route as well. So no, not anymore. I don't think they capture the script's original meaning because I think they're just being overworked, underpaid, and going too quick.
Well, you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
Pay your translators well. And maybe check the translation when you're checking these vocabulary. You don't want to end up memorizing something nonsensical.
Yes.
So enjoy the vocabulary section. The book stops with you. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Merit.
Merit.
Brochure.
Brochure.
Nonsensical.
Nonsensical.
Outsource.
Outsource.
The buck stops with somebody.
The buck stops with somebody.